You're about to discover a simple eating trick that could completely change the way your body burns fat. It is not a supplement, not a workout, and not another diet trend. It is a science-based method that targets one hidden key inside your body: insulin. This hormone quietly decides whether your body stores fat or burns it. Most people never realize how much control insulin has over their weight. Yet researchers have called it the master switch of metabolism. In this video, you are going to learn the #1 insulin trick for faster natural weight loss. It is a method used by metabolic experts, backed by real clinical studies, and surprisingly simple to apply. You will learn how insulin truly works, why so many weight loss plans fail because they ignore it, and how a few changes in your eating rhythm can flip your body from storing fat to burning it all day long. Stay with me because this topic hides something few people talk about. Many diets focus only on calories. Eat less, move more. But that idea completely misses how insulin blocks fat burning. When your insulin stays high, even a perfect diet struggles to work. The truth is, if you want to lose fat and keep it off, you must know how to work with your insulin, not against it. By the end of this video, you will understand 3 things clearly. First, what insulin really does in your body every time you eat. Second, how your daily eating pattern might be silently forcing your body to hold on to fat even when you are eating healthy foods. And third, the exact trick that lowers insulin naturally and reactivates your body's fat-burning switch. Here is why you should stay till the very end. This trick is not just about weight loss. When you apply it correctly, it can also help stabilize your energy, reduce cravings, and even improve your focus and sleep. It is a chain reaction that starts inside your cells, and once you learn to control it, everything else starts falling into place. You will also hear about a few fascinating studies that prove how powerful this effect is. For example, in one clinical trial, participants who lowered their insulin response through meal timing lost more fat than those who simply cut calories. Another study showed that improving insulin sensitivity helped people maintain their weight for years, something most diets fail to achieve. These are not small details. They are clues to why some people burn fat easily while others struggle for years. So keep watching because we are going to reveal how to apply this insulin trick step by step, when to eat, how to combine your meals, and how to make your metabolism work with you, not against you. This is not about restriction or starvation. It is about strategy, precision, and understanding the science of your own body. So welcome to our channel where we turn complex nutrition science into simple, life-changing steps. If you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications because every week we uncover powerful science-backed ways to upgrade your health naturally. Insulin is a small but powerful hormone made by your pancreas, and it plays one of the most important roles in your body's energy system. Every time you eat, especially when your meal contains carbohydrates, your blood sugar begins to rise. In response, your pancreas releases insulin into your bloodstream. Think of insulin as a key. It unlocks your cells, allowing glucose or sugar to enter and be used for energy. Without insulin, that sugar would remain floating in your blood and your cells would be left hungry for fuel. But insulin's job does not stop there. When there is more glucose in your blood than your body immediately needs, insulin helps store the extra energy for later use. Some of it goes into your muscles as glycogen, a quick energy reserve for future activity. The rest, however, is stored as body fat. This process is completely natural. Your body evolved this way to protect you during times of food scarcity. The issue arises today when food, especially high sugar and processed food, is always available. Constant eating means insulin is constantly released. When insulin levels stay high for too long, the body gets stuck in a storage mode. Fat burning slows down because insulin signals your body to hold on to stored energy instead of using it. Even small healthy snacks throughout the day can keep insulin elevated, preventing fat breakdown. This is one reason why so many people find it hard to lose weight even when they think they are eating well. It is not just about how much you eat. It is about how often your insulin spikes. Over time, constant spikes in insulin can lead to what scientists call insulin resistance. This means your cells stop responding properly to insulin, forcing your pancreas to release even more of it to do the same job. It becomes a vicious cycle. Higher insulin, more fat storage, less fat burning. This imbalance also causes hunger and cravings because your body struggles to access stored fat for fuel. pushing you to eat more carbohydrates for quick energy. Insulin affects far more than just your waistline. It influences energy levels, focus, mood, and even hormones like cortisol and leptin that control appetite. People with stable insulin often report steady energy and fewer cravings, while those with frequent insulin spikes feel sluggish and hungry shortly after eating. It is also closely connected to inflammation and aging, since chronic high insulin can increase oxidative stress inside the body. Understanding insulin means understanding the language of your metabolism. It is the silent traffic controller that decides whether nutrients are burned or stored. When insulin levels drop, your body finally gains permission to release fat from storage and convert it into energy. When insulin rises again, that fat burning stops instantly. This on and off pattern happens daily, and learning how to manage it is the foundation of effective, lasting weight control. Every time you eat something high in refined carbohydrates or sugar, your blood sugar rises sharply and your pancreas reacts instantly by releasing a surge of insulin. Foods like white bread, pastries, soda, and even certain breakfast cereals cause this rapid spike. Insulin's job is to bring that sugar level back down by moving glucose into your cells for energy or storage. The problem begins when this cycle repeats several times a day, every day. With constant snacking and processed foods, insulin is never given a chance to return to its baseline. When insulin stays elevated for long periods, your body's ability to burn fat slows down dramatically. High insulin levels act like a switch that locks fat inside your fat cells, preventing it from being used as energy. So even if you eat fewer calories, your body finds it difficult to tap into its stored fat for fuel. Instead, it continues to depend on quick glucose from carbs, keeping you in a constant loop of hunger and fatigue. This is one of the hidden reasons why many people feel stuck despite dieting. Their insulin never truly calms down enough to let fat burning begin. Over time, this repeated pattern of insulin spikes and crashes leads to a condition known as hyperinsulinemia. When insulin levels remain chronically high, even during fasting periods, it is not only linked to obesity but also to a cascade of other health issues, including type R diabetes, fatty liver, and metabolic syndrome. Researchers from Biome Central have shown that people with hyperinsulinemia often have higher body fat percentages, especially around the abdomen, compared to those with normal insulin levels. It is a hormonal imbalance that pushes your body toward fat storage mode day after day. Several studies published through PMC have revealed that when insulin secretion is reduced, whether by changing meal timing, lowering carbohydrate intake, or improving insulin sensitivity, fat loss becomes significantly easier. In these studies, participants who had lower insulin responses to meals lost more fat even when consuming the same number of calories as those with higher insulin levels. This proves that insulin is not just a blood sugar hormone. It is a direct regulator of whether your body stores or releases fat. When your diet revolves around processed foods, your body stays in a constant state of high insulin activity. This not only blocks fat burning, but also causes sudden drops in blood sugar, leading to cravings for more sugar and starch. It becomes a repeating cycle. Eat carbs, spike insulin, store fat, crave more carbs. Breaking this pattern requires more than willpower. It requires understanding how to keep insulin stable. The less your insulin fluctuates throughout the day, the more consistently your body can use stored fat for energy. Scientists are now finding that insulin levels may be a better predictor of future weight gain than calorie intake alone. That means two people eating the same number of calories can have completely different results depending on how their insulin responds. Lowering insulin even slightly allows your metabolism to shift gears, turning your body into a more efficient fat burning machine. The real secret lies in learning when to eat your carbohydrates, not just how many you eat. Your body's sensitivity to insulin changes throughout the day. After a period of fasting or several hours without food, your muscles and cells become more responsive to insulin. This means that when you finally eat carbs at this point, your body is better able to use the glucose for energy rather than store it as fat. Timing your carbohydrate intake during these windows can make a significant difference in how your body processes and stores energy. It is a smart way to work with your natural metabolism instead of fighting against it. For most people, the best time to consume carbs is right after a fasting period, a workout, or at the end of a long stretch of low-carb meals. During these moments, your insulin sensitivity is highest and your muscles are eager to replenish glycogen stores. This allows glucose to enter muscle cells rather than being converted into body fat. Many studies, including findings published through PMC, have observed that people who synchronize their carb intake with their body's insulin sensitivity tend to experience a lot better fat loss and improved energy balance compared to those who eat carbs randomly throughout the day. Creating low insulin windows is another effective approach. This means intentionally reducing the frequency of high glycemic carbohydrate meals. High glycemic carbs, such as white rice, bread, and sweets, cause strong insulin spikes, while low glycemic foods like lentils, oats, and vegetables have a much milder effect. By replacing one or two high-carb meals with protein and fiber-rich foods, you give your body time to let insulin drop back to baseline. Once insulin levels stay low for a few hours, your body naturally shifts into fat-burning mode. This is the state most people rarely reach because they are constantly eating or snacking. Intermittent fasting builds upon this same concept. By extending the time between meals, especially overnight, you allow insulin to fall to its lowest point. When you eat again after fasting, your body responds more efficiently. Even if you include carbs in that meal, the insulin response is smoother and shorter. This is why fasting periods of 0 to 0 hours have become so effective for improving metabolism. The goal is not starvation. It is giving your body regular breaks from the insulin roller coaster that modern eating habits create. Another strategy involves alternating higher carb and lower carb meals throughout the week. This method, sometimes called carb cycling, helps you maintain insulin sensitivity while still enjoying carbohydrates. For example, you might eat slightly more carbs on active days and keep carbs low on rest days. Over time, this pattern can reduce overall insulin demand and improve how your body handles glucose. When insulin stays balanced, energy levels become steadier, hunger decreases, and fat loss becomes a natural outcome. Timing your carbs is less about restriction and more about precision. It is about matching your food choices with your body's hormonal rhythm. The more you align your eating habits with your natural insulin sensitivity, the more efficiently your metabolism works, helping you burn fat without feeling deprived or tired. To apply the insulin trick effectively, you can follow a few simple but powerful steps that fit easily into daily life. The first step is to create a fasting window.
Aim for 12 to 16 hours overnight without food. This could mean finishing dinner around 7 or 8:00 p.m. and waiting until late morning for your next meal. During this fasting window, your insulin levels naturally drop, allowing your body to shift into fat-burning mode. Even a moderate fast gives your cells time to rest and reset, improving insulin sensitivity. You do not need to force long fasts. Consistency matters more than extreme duration. Start slowly and allow your body to adapt over a few days. When your eating period begins, focus on the order of your meals. Begin with foods that stabilize blood sugar, proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats. Eating in this sequence helps slow digestion and reduces the glucose spike when you later add carbohydrates. For instance, starting your meal with eggs and salad followed by a small portion of rice or fruit keeps your insulin response steady. This simple habit can dramatically reduce post-meal sugar surges and hunger cravings later in the day. Next, pay close attention to the type of carbohydrates you choose. Not all carbs affect insulin the same way. Lower glycemic options such as oats, lentils, chickpeas, and fibrous vegetables release glucose gradually, providing sustained energy without overstimulating insulin. On the other hand, refined sugars and processed carbs create sharp, fast spikes that disrupt your hormonal balance. By replacing white bread, pasta, and sweets with nutrient-rich alternatives, you give your body more control over its insulin rhythm. Over time, your metabolism learns to rely less on sugar and more on stored fat for energy. Tracking how you feel is another essential step. Everyone's body responds differently to fasting hours, carb amounts, and meal timing. Some people feel best with a 14-hour fast, while others prefer shorter periods. Notice your energy levels, mood, and hunger patterns. If you feel overly tired or irritable, Adjust your timing or increase protein slightly. Small tweaks make a big difference, and tracking helps you find your ideal balance between energy and fat burning. Finally, pair your eating plan with movement. Exercise enhances insulin situ like nothing else. Resistance training helps muscles absorb glucose efficiently, while walking or light activity after meals helps clear sugar from the bloodstream. Even a 10-minute walk after eating can reduce insulin spikes significantly. Combining movement with smart meal timing creates a powerful synergy that accelerates fat loss and stabilizes your metabolism. These 5 steps form the foundation of insulin-friendly living. Each step complements the others, creating a natural rhythm for your body to follow. When fasting, smart meal order, low glycemic foods, self-awareness, and movement all align. Your insulin levels stay balanced, your energy remains steady, and your body naturally starts burning fat more efficiently. Research consistently shows a strong connection between insulin levels and fat loss. When insulin is lower, the body has a much easier time accessing stored fat for energy. Several studies have demonstrated that participants who maintain lower insulin levels during the day experienced significantly greater fat loss even when their calorie intake was similar to those with higher insulin. This happens because insulin acts like a gatekeeper for fat cells. When it is high, fat stays locked inside, and when it drops, fat is released and used for fuel. Long-term studies of people who successfully maintain weight loss reveal another important insight. They tend to have better insulin sensitivity. This means their bodies respond more efficiently to insulin, preventing excessive spikes after meals and allowing fat-burning processes to continue uninterrupted. Their cells can take in glucose when needed, but without forcing the body to store excess as fat over time. This creates a cycle where their metabolism remains active and adaptable, making it easier to stay lean and energized without extreme dieting. Weight loss itself also has a direct effect on insulin and overall metabolism. As body fat decreases, insulin levels naturally fall and insulin resistance improves. This creates a positive feedback loop. Lower fat leads to lower insulin, which allows the body to burn fat more efficiently, which in turn supports continued weight loss or easier weight maintenance. Even small reductions in body fat can significantly improve how your body handles glucose, stabilizing energy levels and reducing cravings. Other research highlights that insulin regulation affects more than just weight. Stable insulin contributes to better energy throughout the day, more consistent mood, and reduced hunger signals. It also supports the body's ability to store nutrients efficiently without triggering excess fat storage. When insulin sensitivity improves, your metabolism becomes more responsive, meaning your body can handle occasional higher carb meals without derailing progress. These findings make it clear that focusing on insulin is not a minor detail in fat loss. It is central to achieving lasting results. Managing insulin through diet, timing, and lifestyle is one of the most effective ways to help your body transition into consistent fat-burning mode. Over time, the body adapts, energy improves, and fat loss becomes more sustainable, showing that insulin control is a key factor for anyone serious about long-term weight management. One common mistake people make is eating high carbohydrate meals too early in the day or right after a long period without food. When you consume foods like white bread, pastries, or sugary cereals first thing in the morning, your insulin spikes rapidly. This sudden surge tells your body to store energy rather than burn fat, and it can trigger a cycle of cravings and energy crashes later in the day. Even if the rest of your meals are balanced, starting the day with a large insulin response can make fat loss much harder. Another frequent error is constant snacking throughout the day. Every time you eat, especially carbohydrates or sugary snacks, insulin rises again. If you snack every hour or two, insulin rarely has a chance to return to baseline. This repeated surge keeps your body in storage mode, slowing down fat burning and increasing the likelihood of storing more energy as fat. Many people do this unconsciously, thinking small meals are always better, but timing and content of meals matter more than frequent eating. Expecting instant results is also a mistake. Even when you follow the best strategies for insulin management, your body requires time to adapt. Insulin sensitivity improves gradually, fat stores are tapped slowly, and metabolism needs consistent practice to respond efficiently. Some people give up after a week or two, thinking the method is not working, but the changes happen over several weeks. Patience is a critical factor because the body adjusts its hormone levels and energy usage on its own schedule. Ignoring overall calorie balance is another pitfall. While managing insulin is essential, it does not eliminate the basic principle that consuming significantly more calories than you burn can still lead to weight gain. Insulin timing can improve fat burning and energy efficiency, but the total energy you take in versus what you expend still matters. Combining smart insulin strategies with mindful calorie intake ensures that your body has the right signals to burn fat instead of simply storing extra energy. These mistakes often work together, creating a situation where fat loss stalls despite effort. High-carb breakfast, constant snacking, impatience, and overlooking total calorie intake compound each other. Understanding how each factor affects insulin and fat storage helps create a clearer path to consistent results. Recognizing these errors and adjusting your eating habits, timing, and expectations can prevent unnecessary frustration and allow your body to shift gradually into fat-burning mode, making your weight loss efforts more effective and sustainable. Staying hydrated is a simple but often overlooked factor in managing insulin and supporting fat loss. Water helps your cells function properly and assists in transporting nutrients, including glucose, to where they are needed. Even mild dehydration can interfere with how efficiently your body handles sugar, causing insulin to rise more than it should. Drinking water consistently throughout the day keeps metabolism running smoothly and can also reduce unnecessary snacking since thirst is sometimes mistaken for hunger. Getting enough protein and fiber is another crucial step. Protein stabilizes blood sugar, supports muscle growth, and increases feelings of fullness, which naturally reduces overeating. Fiber slows digestion, allowing glucose to enter the bloodstream gradually instead of in a rapid spike, helping to keep insulin levels steady, including protein and fiber in every meal. Eggs, lean meats, legumes, vegetables, and whole grains not only supports fat loss, but also improves overall energy and reduces cravings. Sleep plays a powerful role in insulin sensitivity. Post increases the production of stress hormones like cortisol, which interfere with insulin and promote fat storage. Chronic sleep deprivation can make your body less responsive to insulin, even if your diet is otherwise healthy. Consistently getting 7 to 10 hours of quality sleep helps regulate hormones, stabilizes appetite, and gives your metabolism a chance to function optimally. Managing stress is equally important. High stress levels trigger the release of hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which can elevate blood sugar and insulin. Persistent stress keeps your body in a heightened alert state, signaling it to store energy instead of burning fat. Incorporating stress-reducing activities like deep breathing, meditation, short walks, or even hobbies you enjoy can have a significant impact on how efficiently your body uses glucose and stores. Fat consistency is the key that ties all these factors together. Small daily actions, drinking water, choosing protein and fiber, sleeping well, and managing stress build up over weeks to produce meaningful changes in insulin control and fat metabolism. You do not need drastic measures or perfect adherence to see progress. Incremental adjustments repeated day after day allow your body to adapt gradually, improving insulin sensitivity and creating a reliable environment for fat burning. Over time, these habits compound, creating results that are sustainable and far-reaching, improving energy, mood, and overall health while supporting steady fat loss. It is important to remember that everyone's body is unique, and what works for one person may not work the same way for another. Medical conditions, medications, age, and genetics all influence how your body responds to food, fasting, and insulin. People with diabetes, for example, need to be particularly cautious as their insulin and blood sugar responses are very different from those of someone without metabolic issues. Even small changes in diet or meal timing can have a significant impact on blood sugar levels, so personalized guidance is essential before making any dramatic changes to your eating habits. It is always wise to consult with a healthcare professional. This ensures that any adjustments you make are safe and appropriate for your body. A doctor or registered dietitian can help you tailor meal timing, carbohydrate intake, and fasting windows to match your health needs, medications, and lifestyle. They can also monitor any potential side effects or risks, helping you avoid complications while still benefiting from improved insulin control. It is also critical to understand that no single trick or strategy is a magic solution. Managing insulin and improving fat metabolism works best when paired with a healthy lifestyle that includes balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, adequate sleep, and stress management. Focusing only on meal timing or carb control without these supporting habits may limit your results. The body responds to consistent patterns over time. Not quick fixes, and sustainable changes depend on integrating multiple healthy practices into daily life. Even subtle adjustments, when combined with these habits, can produce meaningful improvements. Drinking water, choosing whole foods, moving your body, and getting enough rest all amplify the benefits of insulin-focused strategies. For people with pre-existing conditions or those taking medications, these lifestyle supports are not optional. They are part of a safe and effective approach. By respecting your individual circumstances and combining science-backed strategies with everyday healthy choices, you create an environment where your metabolism can function efficiently, supporting fat loss, energy stability, and overall well-being. Now, it's time to put this insulin timing trick into action. Try applying these strategies for the next 2 to 4 weeks and pay attention to how your body responds. Notice your energy levels, cravings, and even how your clothes fit. Small changes over time can lead to big results. Consistency is key, so stick with it and give your body the chance to adapt. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming health tips. Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. We love hearing how these strategies work for you. And stay tuned for the next video where I'll show you a complete sample meal plan and daily schedule to follow this insulin trick step by step. It will make applying these ideas even easier and more effective. Don't miss it.